Now usually my rule is I don't take the RV into the cold, but we did this time for a good reason. And what you see is actual snow here in North Carolina, and you see the hookup. I had to use a heated hose to prevent the lines from freezing. I kept a light on in the bay because it provided some heat. And on our way back from North Carolina back to Florida, we got a check engine light as we were pulling in, and I did some troubleshooting and determined that the water pump is bad, and that seal is causing the water pump to pump coolant all over the engine bay. So today we'll be changing out the coolant hoses and the water pump and the thermostat. So start with this here. Yep, the hose looks like it matches, and I'm gonna disconnect here, and I know coolant's gonna start coming out, so I gotta run. Let me pour this. Now coolant's really coming out, but I got my large capacity container here collecting all the coolant so I can properly dispose of it. 7 gallons of coolant, and now all the coolant is gone, and you can see from this indicator it's no longer red, it's gray, showing that there's no red coolant in the system. And I got to remove this hose, and I got to really squeeze my body in there in order to do that. So if you look down in there, you can actually see the hose has been removed with much pain, but here's the both hoses removed, and here's the replacement hoses that I'm about to install right now. And I got those installed, and now it's time to remove the water pump using this big ratchet. I'm releasing tension on the serpentine belt, and I'm not taking it all the way off. I'm just taking it off right around where the water pump is so I can remove the water pump. So I use this ratchet to take the 3 screws. There's 3 bolts holding the water pump in, and they're very hard to get to. If you look down in there, you'll see one of them is sticking out, but it was hard reaching down in there, but I got them out. Use my magnet to remove these bolts. I don't want to be looking for them on the floor. And we got the water pump out. That's the old water pump, and you can see this seal was not sealing, and that's why the coolant was flying all over the engine bay. And that's the water pump removed. I'm going to take a greenie and scrub the mating surface to make sure we get a good seal. And I'm going to lubricate the O-ring and stick it on the new water pump, and I'm going to use this Permatex O-ring lubricant. And got the new water pump installed, and now there's nothing wrong with the thermostat, but I had a friend, David, he was like, since you're doing all that, you might as well just change out the thermostat, and he was 100% right. This thermostat is 23 years old, so let's go ahead and change it. And that's what you're looking at, the old thermostat coming out. It's the old thermostat out, and here's the new thermostat. I worked from sun up to sundown on this project, and now I got 7 gallons of coolant to fill. And now we're gonna start the engine up, and yep, she's running, purring like a kitten. Got a new water pump, new coolant hoses, new thermostat. We are back in the game. And what I'm doing now is I'm just letting it run and reach operating temp so that we can get all the air out of the cooling system. And there you go, good to go. Saved about $6 to $7, maybe even $10,000 they would have charged me for this job.